Shalom, my friends. Sorry to get to you so late on the weekend, but I'm happy to get to you with this update. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I feel 90 to 95% back to normal. Last time I gave you the update, I asked you for prayer. They wanted me to go in to remove my bladder completely, and they were also going to remove my prostate, probably just because it was there, you know. I'm not even asking why, because I'm not going to let them do it. I was slotted to go in this coming Wednesday, the 20th of February, for another biopsy. Thinking that maybe the surgeon would see the Father's miracle and decide not to remove my bladder, but I prayed on it, and also I believe your prayers brought messages to me from the Father as well, from His Ruach. And I decided, no, this guy's a surgeon, that's what he does. To him, removing the bladder is it's meaningless. It's nothing. It's just should be done. It's the way he thinks, you know. It's the way they think. And I just suddenly I was, what am I doing? Couple of scriptures I want to share with you. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. Not by might, not by power, but by my Ruach, says Yahweh. By my Spirit, says the Father. It's not by our strength, not by our might or our force that things get done. You know, so we have to be careful not to try and take charge and take control over things and think we know things. That's why your prayers are so important for me to pray. Ecclesiastes has long been one of my favorite. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 17. It says, Then I saw all the work of Elohim, that man is unable to find out the work that has been done under the sun. For though a man labors to seek, yet he does not find it. And even though a wise one claims to know, he is unable to find it. I had many doctors all around me. And if you listen to them, they will tell you themselves they don't know anything. They're constantly saying, we think this, and we want to try that. They don't know. And then finally, 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 12. There's a king, Asa. He became diseased in his feet, and his disease was severe. Yet even in his disease, he did not seek Yahweh, but the physicians. So Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign. He didn't seek the Father. He sought the physicians. Now, you know, the physicians, they, well, you know, this one doctor, he's a surgeon. That's what he knows. That's what he does. And it's also a training facility. This hospital I was at, huge complex, Robert Wood Johnson in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And they always have students there learning. So, you know, they love doing the operations. The students can watch. My daughter got angry at one point. She says, you know, the surgeons, they talk about removing organs like it's nothing. And it is not nothing. at any rate, you know, your prayers, I believe, helped even me to wake up and get a clarity and a focus to turn to the Father and not to the physicians. And I prayed about it, and I thought, no, I'm home now. I'm going to take this on from this point forward, and I believe I am healed. We saw miracle after miracle. I mean, my kidneys, that was a major, major miracle. They came back fast and strong, surprised everyone. We saw minor miracles happening every single day. And so I'm not going to do the surgery. I'm not going to do any more with the doctors at all. You know, when there's trauma and you go to emergency room like I did, you know, fine, they can help. They do know things, and you know, you break an arm, you go there, they know what to do, they fix your arm, you get out, and then you stay away. So I after praying and after talking, a couple of people got my mind going on a couple of things. I know it was the Father's Ruach moving. And one night, things just kept going over and over in my head, and I says, you know what, I need to wake up here. I got caught up, you know. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, foggy headed from all the drugs and everything they give you. They love to give you morphine. I had to stop them from doing that myself. There's a lot of stories I could tell you, and maybe later on, you know, at some point, I will. There's some crazy things, but at any rate, even in the hospital, at one point I said, you know, I have to take charge here because there's so many people making decisions that no decisions are being made at all. And they talked about physical therapy, and nobody was coming in, and I was getting so bedridden I couldn't even lift my leg. And one day I decided, you know, I have to take charge here, and I decided to just get out of my bed and go to a chair. Let me tell you, by the time I got to the chair, I was breathing like I climbed Mount Everest. You know, your body, everything starts really going, your muscles just go apart, everything falls apart. Sat in the chair for about an hour, and then I got back in bed, and the first day I did that 3 times, if I remember right, and the second day I did it like 5 times, and I was in that bed for almost 2 weeks before they sent a physical therapist that I had to request. Where's the physical therapy, man? I had to request it. They should have had that going on 24 hours after they did the biopsy on me early on, you know. I mean, it should have been like at that point, and they just don't. I don't get it, but by the time the physical therapist did come at my request, she walked me around the block, so to speak, on my floor, and she says, you don't need rehab, you're ready to go home. So I took charge, and I got myself strong, and everything turned around after I started doing that, by the way. Well, here I'm home, and I got caught up in it again. You know, you're in the hospital, all these people are taking care of you, and you fall into this, if you ask me, it's a demonic trap. Let other people take care of you, let other people make decisions, you know. And I thought, whoa, what am I doing? And I says, okay, I am unplugging from this medical web they weave. And I called my doctor's office. I says, I have an appointment booked on the 20th for a biopsy. I'm canceling it. And I still have these tubes in my back. I have to call next week, Monday or Tuesday, and find out when I want the tubes removed. I am done with all the medical industry. I've seen miracles. My kidneys were a total miracle. Please, man, they were totally shut down. And they came back, like I said, like gangbusters. Within hours, the doctors were amazed. Well, at this point, I'm believing that I am healed. If I feel good, I am. And I'm asking you for your prayers. Please pray for me. thanking the Father that He has healed me, and I am back, and I can get back to doing His work. That's my request to you. And also, you know, your financial support is still needed. If the Father leads you, please be encouraged to click on the link below this video, or if you're on my channel, over to the side there's a link if you want to donate, and also under the video you'll see my mailing address if you want to do it that way, because I don't have any work coming in, and your financial support, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You've made my recovery so much greater, because I didn't have to worry about, you know, geez, where am I going to get the money, you know, for rent or food even. You've all been so loving. The Father said His children would be recognized for their love for one another. You have all expressed so much love to me, and I am eternally grateful, and know that, you know, your prayers and your financial support bring you rewards from the Father Himself. Anyway, you know, thank you for that. And I guess I'll leave it at that. You know, that's where I'm at. I want to tell you a story, though. This is strange. I still don't fully understand it. I think I have a handle on it, but the first week I was in the hospital, every day I had to get out of bed, get on some gurney. Man, I couldn't do it. You know, people had to help me in massive ways. I was so weak. But I'd get on this gurney, and they would, you know, take me someplace for some testing or whatever. Robert Wood Johnson Hospital, it's a training facility. It's a huge complex. And they would wheel me like all over the place, and my eyes would be closed. I was tired, but I'd be going down, and, you know, they'd turn a corner, and I'd feel a breeze coming from this direction. They'd go another way, I'd feel a breeze coming from this other direction. And with my eyes closed, and, you know, morphine, stuff like that, personally, I don't think I was hallucinating at all. I think I was seeing the other side, and the demonic realm is great in these places, you know. There's a lot of suffering going on, and the demons love that. And anyway, they're wheeling me around, and my eyes are closed, and I was like, I felt like I was being wheeled around through villages in the Middle East. And these smells, this one smell was constant. Like, the breeze would come this way, and there'd be this smell, and I never smelled it before. I'm like, what is that? Is it like cooking spices? What? And then, you know, they'd turn another corner and come, and then it would be, again, it was very strong smell. Very strong. And it was the same smell all the time. And this was going on for days. And I kept asking everyone, I'm like, what's going on, you know, with the smells in this hospital? You know, when I was a kid, hospitals smelled like alcohol. I keep at these smells. What are these smells? And, like, nobody ever answered me. They probably thought, you know, we don't know what he's talking about, you know, whatever, you know. He's drugged, just, nobody answered. Nobody ever said anything. And I know my daughter, you know, she heard it every day. I was going, what are these smells? These smells? What's going on with these smells? Well, after about a week, some of my beautiful friends sent me a package. And in the package, I didn't see it, my daughter, you know, did. In the package was a little bottle of anointing oil with the fragrance of frankincense. And after about a week, you know, she got that, and she came in, and she anointed me with oil. And I said, wait a minute, come here, what is that? Let me smell that. And she tipped the bottle to me, and I was like, that's the smell! And her eyes went a little wide. That's the smell! What? You know, I'm telling you, for 5, 6, 7 days, in a row. Every time they took me around for these tests and, oh, the things they did to me, some things I didn't think I could bear, and I did. It's amazing the things that you can bear that you would never think you could. But everywhere I went was that smell, and I never smelled frankincense before. Well, it was frankincense. What what is that, man? Everywhere they took me, day after day, all over that complex, I smelled frankincense everywhere in that place. I believe the Father had His anointing on me. And it kept the demons away. And again, your prayers, your fasting. This was powerful, man. And then I realized, you know, it was just my experience. There was another time I was down doing testing, and there was this sweet girl. Can't remember her name. Anyway, everywhere I was always telling everybody, I was so impressed. I says, everyone in this place is so wonderful. So wonderful. Well, I kept saying that too, and this one nurse, I said it to her, and she looked right in my eyes. She says, "Don't you know?" I was like, I know what? It was like, what? She says, "It's not them, it's you." And I had this revelation. That was my experience. I was being loving to everybody, so everybody's being loving to me. It was the Father's Ruach on me all the time. She says, people hate us here. They blame us for everything, and they curse at us and yell at us and everything. So, you know, that made me realize, you know, how different my experience was because of your prayers, your fasting, because of my relationship with Elohim. And then that thing with the frankincense, that still amazes me. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that Father was letting me know that His anointing was on me, and I had His protection, and I was safe. Believe you me, there were 3 times that I should have died those 3 weeks. I'm not going to go into details about it. You already know the one is the kidneys, you know, but miracle after miracle, I was protected in great ways. Well, I'm home now. I believe I'm healed. Believe with me and thank the Father with me and for me. And I'll get back to you again as soon as I can. Shalom, my friends.